Hi, I'm Kailea from Solent FOOD Action and welcome to an episode of Solent FOOD Action where today we're going to be making homemade burgers and chips. Hooray! To make your homemade burgers you will need eggs, beef mince, mustard, onions, burger buns, potatoes, some cooking oil, salt and pepper and any other herbs you might want to add to your burgers. So the first thing we're going to do is make our chips. So I'm going to get our potatoes and we're going to do it with the skin on because that is apparently much healthier. So we want to sort of cut the potatoes into the thickness of chips. So you need to have a reasonably sharp knife and be careful. So I'm sort of cutting it into do you see like the thickness? That's sort of the thickness of a chip, like a centimetre or like the width of like your finger. So you want to cut at least probably about 2 potatoes for each person. So like 2 potatoes per person. So we cut them like this and then we're going to cut them lengthways as well so that they look, yum, like little chips. So you see, like this, actually look like chips. What you can do is pause this video because when I come back, my chips will already be cut. Okay, so I've cut my chips. Definitely 1 potato per person. I have so many chips here. The next thing we need to do is once we've cut all the chips, we're going to put them into a saucepan and we're going to boil them for 3 minutes. Because then they don't take as long in the oven, apparently. So stick them all in there. God, that's loads of chips. Oh my gosh. Right, there we go. I already have a pre-boiled kettle. So I'm just going to cover those. That's it, so all the potatoes are covered. I'm going to pop them on the boil for 3 minutes. So I've got them on a high heat and I've got the lid on the potatoes. Okay, so then it just means that they just get a little bit more cooked quicker. So, right, the next thing we're going to do is make the burgers. Right, so the first thing we're going to do for our burgers, we need to cut up an onion. Now, if you've cut up onions before, you know that they make your eyes water. I don't know what the magic solution is to stop that, but so what we do is we cut off the top and the bottom of the onion, these little bits. Find something clean to put them on. And we're going to peel the first couple of layers off because they're just a bit disgusting. Right, there's your onion. So the best way to cut an onion, I find, is to cut it in half, like that. You lay it down, you need to kind of keep your fingers like in, don't do like that because otherwise you'll chop them off. So you sort of go in and we're just going to sort of run little slices carefully, quite thin slices because we want this to be cut up quite small because otherwise we're going to end up with just like massive chunks of onion in our burger, which we don't really want. We just want it to have like a good like oniony taste. We sort of turn it around. Should probably move it over here so you can actually see. Then we cut the other side. I am no Gordon Ramsay, don't know if you've noticed. Okay, right. Sort of. Right, do the other one as well. So what I do is I just smush it all together and then my hand on top of the knife, not underneath, is just kind of, I'm just doing this with the knife. If you've got a slightly smaller knife, but just make sure you haven't got anything underneath that you don't want to be cut. Okay, so no fingers. Right. Okay. Oh, it's gonna make my eyes water. Right, chopping done. This is where you add, like, if you want to add chili or coriander or basil or anything else to kind of make the onion, to make the burgers a bit more tasty. So I really like having coriander. So I'm going to chop up my coriander, and I'll be back with you in a sec. So you get your eggs now. So one of these things of beef will do 4 burgers. So for each one of these, you need 1 egg yolk. Okay. So family of 4, only 1 egg. Now it's just the yolk, which is the yellow bit. So what we need to do is crack the egg, and then I'm gonna probably mess this up. Carefully. We just want to sort of let the white out, and you do that. You just looks like bogies. It's getting everywhere. Right, we're gonna pop that in a little bowl. Okay, we're gonna mix everything in that bowl. So let's get rid of the egg yolk. It's just in my hands. No point in washing your hands right now because your hands are about to get really dirty. I mean, obviously they're hopefully clean for you to be able to get your hands dirty, but they're about to get really, really gross. Okay, before we get more gross, let's add all the bits. So pepper, like a little bit. I like pepper on my food, if you can see, that's better. A little bit of salt. Don't like too much salt. Okay, I'm gonna now add the mustard. If you don't like mustard, then you don't need to add it. It adds like extra flavour. So I've got Dijon mustard, which is like a French mustard, but you don't have to add it. You can literally make these burgers just with the egg, the mince, and the onion, and maybe a bit of seasoning. So really easy. Okay, let's, what am I doing? Right, let's add all the ingredients. Right, so they're all like mixed up there, all in there. Going to use the mince, open it up. Now, I tried this out yesterday, and the mince came straight from the fridge, and my hands were freezing doing this. So actually it's better if the mince has been out for like maybe sort of half an hour or so, which is what I did today. So mince is in there. Okay guys, we're gonna get our hands dirty now. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna squish it all together. All right, this is how we make the burgers. You could try it with a spoon, but like, trust me, it doesn't work. I've tried it with a spoon. You've got to like really, really put your fingers in, really mush it up. This is the best bit. It sort of feels a little bit like lumpy brains. Okay. Nice. Right. Move that over. Right, so now, as I said, we can make 4 burgers out of this. So I'm just gonna sort of split this into 4 with my hand. Pull a big old lump out. Give it a bit more of a squish, get all the ingredients all mushed up in that. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's just, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and make them into like a patty size. So it's like round. So these are gonna be like big fat burgers, none of your like rubbish thin McDonald's stuff, right? This is like the ones that you buy for like barbecues and stuff. So, like that. That's a pretty good looking burger. Smells great. Don't eat it now. That won't be very good for you. Right, and again, so we're gonna do this 4 times with all of the bits. Right, so you do that, I'll do this, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, we're done. Got really disgusting hands, but you can hopefully see my beautiful burger patties. So like, it's gonna be like a really nice, thick, yummy burger. So let's go and wash our hands and turn the oven on. Okay, so I've done a little bit of tidying up. What I've also done is I've drained my potatoes. Okay, so we don't want them to be too wet, but they are blanched now, apparently. Now I'm only going to use a really small baking tray because I'm just doing it for me. I'm at home making myself burgers and chips, but ordinarily if there's like a few of you, you're going to need to have a much bigger baking tray. So then all I'm going to do is just put my chips. Oh, this baking tray is too small. Right. Always prepared in this kitchen. Okay, so I've got a bigger baking tray. Right, so I'm going to stick my potatoes in there. Ooh. More washing up to do. Okay, so you need to try and make sure, you see, look, this is one potato there. That's loads. Okay, you need to make sure that all the chips are sort of laid out so they're not all on top of each other, otherwise they won't cook as well. Then we're going to put some oil, just like drizzle oil everywhere. Right, because that will help to make it like nice and crispy. Again, I'm going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Ta-da! They look all right. They look all right now. Let's see what they look like after I've cooked them. Okay, so we're pretty much ready to go. So you need to turn your oven on to 200 degrees. If it's a fan. If it's not a fan, it's 220. Okay, so you need to preheat that, and you can either choose to fry your burgers, in which case you need about 10 minutes, or you can grill them and you need 15. So I'm going to grill my burger because it just tastes much nicer. But let's put the oven on and we'll go through this together. Okay, so it's at this point that I need to jump in because 200 degrees is not hot enough for the oven, and I realised that halfway through because the chips weren't cooking enough. So really they need to be cooked at 220 degrees if it is a fan, and 240 if it's a non-fan oven. Okay, my oven is up to temperature, so yum. You're going in. Cook away, little chippies. Okay, so I'm just going to put a time on for 5 minutes because in 5 minutes time I'm going to need to put my burgers into my grill. Yum! Okay, burger. In you go. Right, if you're going to do it under the grill, you really need to keep an eye on it because it's going to be really easy for it to burn. So have a little look at our burger. Oh my gosh, looking great. Okay, that's going to need to be turned. Yum, little burger. Right, I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit on that one and turn it down to about halfway. Oh, look, it's falling apart. Okay, it's alright, burger. Just don't burn. So with 5 minutes left, if you want to put cheese on top of your burger to melt it, this is the time. I've got like 3 minutes left on my chips. I'm going to take the burger out. So the chips have had their 20 minutes with the slightly hotter temperature, and it seems to have worked. So this is the finished result. How lush does that look? I mean, it's massive. It's like the size of my face. Right, seriously, not even joking, that looks lush. Lots of sauce. Yum! Do not underestimate how filling that burger is. I am so full up. I'm sorry, chippies. I wasn't able to eat you. Okay, I don't know about you, but I think that was a real success. Nothing got burnt, everything tasted good, and I'm still alive. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care, I'll see you soon. Bye!